So I can finally say the new studio is at a point where we have a working desk setup, one that I'm actually proud to share. This is the very first video that I'm shooting like in this space, like in this quadrant. If you've kind of watched me over the last couple years, you probably know my themes or my style. Very like clean, minimal. I love like white with natural like white oak. That's kind of what I went for. Same thing here. So you can actually see it's kind of doing the split. So we have these white oak panels on this side with the white wall over like here. And that's the same with the mimicked kind of like furniture. So we'll go through the entire setup, some of the tech involved, some of the furniture, maybe some of like the flooring. I have worked really hard to get it to this point, but let's start with the desk, obviously like the main component. So it's funny, this is like the classic like hack. Every tech YouTuber, every content creator has built something along these lines. This is an IKEA kitchen countertop. This specific one is the Calby in the white oak. I had the little Trask. You can get them in either a laminate or like a wood veneer. This one's in a wood veneer, which matches the theme. And for the legs, I originally wanted to use these older ones, which I had from Rove Concepts, once again in white oak. I thought those would look really sweet, but the big problem with this IKEA hack is because the desk is so large, so long, you tend to get a bit of a bow in the middle. It tends to sag, especially if you have like heavier tech in the middle. So with this sit stand desk, it actually has these nice metal bars that go underneath, which gives it support. And I no longer need to have any middle support or anything in the middle, which keeps it nice and clean. So if you happen to be building something similar, just kind of remember that. Onto the feature wall on the back. So once again, adding a lot of extra warmth. This is the first time I've used these panels. So these ones are from Wood Veneer Hub. Shout out to them for sponsoring this. You can see they go all the way up the wall, and this studio space is 13 feet high, and typically these are pre-cut panels, so they're around 7-8 feet. And you typically need to cut them, and you always get a bit of unevenness. So we just put this a little black aluminum strip to make that division a bit more seamless. It makes everything look super clean, and I know people tend to cheat when it gets to the bottom where there's typically like baseboards. We went all the way to the floor, and of course cutouts for all the power outlets. Just a bit of extra pre-planning, but it makes the space, once again, look more intentional. If you are planning something very similar, once again, just kind of think through that process before you get them and just drill them straight into the wall. And an extra little bonus for them, they are actually acoustic panels. So if you look closely, there's actually wool felt in between each of the slats. That actually helps a ton with sound absorption. Once again, in a studio space recording like audio right now, that becomes way more relevant. So they're great for creators or those that want a unique like wood accent wall. They come in more colors than the white oak. There also is, walnut, there's black, which I actually have in our bedroom. Cool product, and you can DIY it, really easy to work with. So to the actual tech, you can see the main monitor, which I kind of asked a lot of you guys on social. It is the new Studio Display XDR, of course, from Apple. I was kind of torn between this or my older Pro Display XDR. Obviously the Pro Display has the cheese grater back. I just felt so bad sticking that really nice back against the wall, which you can never see. So honestly, I just have it sticking off to the side as like an extra set, maybe using it for some B-roll. Technically, the Studio Display XDR has better tech behind it, so it gets brighter. It is technically the best display that Apple makes. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, Apple went down in size for their flagship display. So the Pro Display, that one is 32 inches. This is only 27, It's still great. This one actually has built-in speakers, which are some of the best that I've honestly used for a display. The more expensive Pro Display doesn't have speakers, you need to use headphones. And lastly, I do have this in the nano texture finish, so it's the matte display. If you've seen my studio, you know that there's tons of windows, so a lot of light reflecting. It's just easier to use, and I think fits the space nicer, and I can still use my cheese grater off to the side when I want to. So to the main computer, which I think is quite modular, that tends to get upgraded every year, especially with the type of stuff that I do. So right now I'm rocking the new MacBook Pro, that's the M5 Max. It's fully maxed out with an 18-core CPU, 40-core GPU, and 8 terabytes of storage. Maybe my only regret, I am a big fan of just the OG silver, just like the display. I wish those matched, but it's in space black. It also has the nano texture display. It's nice because it cuts down on glare and matches the studio studio display. But once again, my big question, maybe you guys can help me out here. Should I use that? Or if I want to satisfy my silver mix, I also have the good old Mac Studio. So this actually has the best chip that Apple makes. It's the M3 Ultra. So this has a 32 core CPU, 80 core GPU, 96 gigs of RAM, and 16 terabytes of storage. Both of these just completely overkill for you know what I do, just creating like 4K content. These are really meant for pro users, but if you let me know, I will kind of pick which one to use. The nice thing about the MacBook, you can just plug it into the monitor when you don't want to use it. You know, with my lifestyle, I can just pick it up, go to, you know, my next destination. You're kind of like fixed with this. It lives on a desk. With this, you also need extra peripherals like a keyboard, a mouse, which I'm using, I'll get to in a second. You technically have to use it with a display. With the MacBook, it comes with everything built in. You can use it completely on its own. It's mobile. That's the kind of thing that I really struggle with. With a MacBook, it is only a one cable system. You just have the one USB-C cable to the monitor and of course the power to the wall. I guess technically like two cables, but with this, it requires power for this. You need power for the display, technically like the USB-C cable. You're adding like an extra layer of cable management, which I am the absolute worst at. Mine is kind of doing like the best for the camera it can right now, but I think a future upgrade, I'm just gonna buy like these little Amazon hooks that go on the back of the table and run my cable through there to the power, which is kind of right behind me, which is nice. But help me decide. I'm not too sure I like this, but it is now sadly close to like a $14,000 paperweight that sits on my desk and looks nice, which is very sad when I say that out loud. So pretty much the only peripheral I said that I used, this is the mouse. So this is the Logitech MX Master 4. So this was actually sent to me at launch, so it has like my name engraved, but this is kind of like the one mouse and done. If you've used it, it's honestly a game changer. It's nice to have on my desk. I will probably get a lot of flack that I don't have a keyboard. I just use it on like the wood. A little bit rough, but I get by. It once again keeps the setup pretty clean. And for the rest of it, it is all just like aesthetic and what I like around my desk. Like there's no other functionality. For example, these studio monitors, like the speakers that you see like on the side, those are the Yamaha HS7s, which is the oldest piece of tech that I've owned, close to like 12, 13 years. They are not plugged in. They are just used to look good around the side. They fit the theme like the white. They're on these little white oak risers. I'm pumped that the studio display has speakers. If I want to plug those in, I need an audio interface, start to run into cable management. Once again, just not easy. The camera, which rests on my expensive paperweight, I technically use that. So that's the Sony a7CR. What I actually really like is it's you know, silver with the black. It fits into the theme really nice. Obviously, being a creator, I just have that on my desk. I can get up, I shoot, take photos. It's like a nice little all-in-one, and I think it looks great. Obviously, if you followed along, you know that orange is my favorite color, more as like an accent. So I've just got little bits as part of like my setup. So I've got my little Funko Pop. Toby always, you know, keeping an eye on me. I actually have a little clock, which I picked up in Japan. It's the Twemco clock, once again in orange, and I've just got this nice little orange Loewe candle. I've kept it unused, more so for B-roll, but it just gives this space a nice little smell. You don't actually have to burn a candle for you to enjoy it. And the rest of the accessories, so I actually have this little like book stand like right off of camera here, once again in white. I've had this from Rove Concepts forever. I just keep my books in it. Once again, mostly for B-roll. You can see the orange Dieter Rams book that I have. And over on this side to complete, I'll include this as part of my desk setup. I had it as part of my A-roll set, but once again, from Rove Concepts, matches the theme completely. And once again, if you've known any of the stuff that I do, I love to collect Star Wars Lego, some of the UCS sets. So I've got obviously AT-AT, it's the Imperial Star Destroyer. Obviously I carried all this stuff from my older studio. Those were the hardest to move. They broke in the car. I think I spent like a day trying to rebuild them. Obviously, I didn't do the greatest job at rebuilding it, but under that, just more B-roll stuff. I have my OG, like Xbox. I will probably keep that till I die. Doesn't work, but I think it looks cool, and it's the system that I played the most as like a kid. Beside that, we've got my gold plaque. If you are new to the channel, thank you. If you're a subscriber from the past, honestly, I couldn't create any setups like this without you guys. I've been creating like desk setup videos for over a decade. So cool that it is part of you know, this space. And beside that, I just have my next little project. So that is a little NAS storage system by Synology. Because we're fully wired in, I might want to connect that. I'm more planning to build that with the Mac Studio. maybe that's like the direction I want to go in, just for some backup storage. I'd love to start archiving a bit better. And technically, like the last piece, which you kind of see like off this way, it's just a little office drawer in white. Once again, it's nice, it's on wheels, and I just keep some like important documents, like a pen, which I still sign, like say like checks, some B-roll stuff. Any items that I want to keep like off the table are there. And technically on top of that, I've just got my handheld, so my Switch 2, which I just beat Pokemon Leaf Green. It's the first game that I've completed in close to a decade, so big props to me. And just this little Nintendo emulator that I picked up in China for $23 in Shenzhen, which was great, obviously in orange. And that pretty much wraps up you know, my desk setup in this like little nook, which you'll likely see in most of the A-roll. Typically, like my table is just kind of like where the camera is like right now. Let me know what I need to upgrade. I think it's probably at the cleanest and most minimal that it will ever be, kind of like moving forward, but really happy with the space, really happy with the feature wall. The fact that, you know, the studio space is 12, 13 feet high. Got tons of natural light, tons of built-in light, but after this, I will work on getting a full like studio tour set up, because I know you're all interested in seeing, you know, how I create in this space and what's going on in more than just this corner. So yeah, that's it. That's all. It's my new Mega Desk.
Getting more Mega Desk.
P.S. Thought I ended the video. My chair. Also a very old used piece of tech. I actually have this like Lamborghini chair from Razer, which I thought I was gonna use. I honestly prefer this one from Herman Miller. It's the M body, maybe not as old as like the speakers, but I've had this chair for close to, I think, 10 years. It has been great. It's clean, more so like in the looks, maybe it needs a clean like on the cushions and stuff, but I would say the chair is the most important part of a desk setup. If you're sitting at a place for, you know, 8 hours a day, like you're in a workspace. As I get older, I'm aging myself. My back kind of hurts near the end of the day. Get something which is comfy. This has saved my back. I'm sure it would be more painful without it, but yeah, I will leave everything linked below. Now we're done. Peace.